What's up, guys? I just got done building this MIG welder and TIG welder welding cart, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how I got it done, painted, looking pretty cool. So let's go. What I'm going to be working with, I have two welders. So I've got a Millermatic 211 and I got a Diversion 180 TIG welder. So I want to build a cart that I can have both of these on. So we got our one welder down here that I just got on a prefab cart that I got over on Cyber Weld. Been working good. I usually have my old Miller 140 on it, then I upgraded to this one. So I did have the Diversion 180 stored back down here, but where I have this, it's next to my cold cut saw and my drill press, and it gets pretty dusty and dirty down under there. So want something that I can move around, that I can keep you know, super portable, whatnot. So if I got to do some welding over there, you know, wherever. So I want to do a nice 2-slot welding cart, and I have some 1.5 inch, 1/8 inch wall square tube that I'm gonna be running that with. So let's get jumped in. I think what I want to do is I'm gonna put the TIG welder at the base of it, and then the MIG welder at the top, and the top slanted up, just because it's easier to load in, and in case you ever have to change out, well, in case you ever have to, you do have to change out all your wire and everything, this is going to be at the top, so then you can open that up and change out your wire. So let's get jumped into it, and let's get cutting some steel. Alright, so I wrote up my high-tech CAD drawing there, blueprints. And what I decided to go with was 9 inches by 17 inches down. So these are 14 because this is 1.5, so 9 inches, 17, and then there's going to be a 24-foot span by 12 foot. Then I'll weld up some edge stoppers on there at a 1-inch flat stock. But that's going to be the base, because I'm going to have two bottles. I'm going to have 75-25 over there, and then I'm gonna have just a bottle of argon for the aluminum. So I want to have two bottles staged up there, so then I can easily interchange it out for the TIG welder. But that's gonna be the base. So I'm gonna get everything ground down, and then use the Siegman Imperial version table with the clamps and everything here. So we'll get everything jigged up. I do have some other ones. I like using this guy a lot from Fireball Tool. This thing works super good. Nice and small aluminum, so it's not going to build up any splatter or anything like that. So we'll get this thing all welded up, and then we'll jump on to building it up. I did go with two separate types of casters. I got the rigid mount and then the swivel. So the rigid will be on the back end there, and then this will be on the front. So these things are just local hardware store. They hold like 400 pounds, would be plenty enough. So let's get everything deburred, and then we'll get this thing all welded up here. Alright, so I got the main base frame all finished up here. What I'm going to do next is just grind down the tops of the welds, because I'm going to skin that in some sheet metal. Same with here, so we'll have a platform there that the welder will set on, and then the wheels are going to go underneath. I'm going to put the wheels on last, just so this way I can use the welding table as a perfectly flat starting point for all the measurements. So from there we're going to go up. I'm going to measure how high I'm going to bring this bar, so that bar is going to go up. But before I do that, I'm going to weld another one of these, a big U to go on there, so when I'm ready to weld that up, I don't have to worry about squaring everything up over there or whatnot. So I'm going to get another one of these knocked out after I get everything grounded down, all the welds and everything. Alright, so now what I have two U racks. This one's already welded up. This is for the base. This is the one that the version 180 TIG welder is going to sit on. This is going to be the top one. I was going to angle it down, but I think I'm just going to weld this one straight up and down. So now I need to measure the height that I'm going to have come up. So I'm going to measure the top of the diversion, see how that thing sits inside of there, and then weld this one going up and see how high it needs to be, and then get it all cut up. So let's get measuring and cutting. So I chose to go 18 inches from the bottom to about the top of the rail there. I made these 19.5, so bar's 1.5 inches. I'm just gonna go 1.5 inches, so we'll still have the 18-inch down. Then the bar's gonna go across, and this way I can just put a plug cap at the top of there or weld that up. So I'm gonna get this welded up. So I'm gonna jig these up first. Trying to think what's going to be easiest to rig this up. I think welding those on first and then using the big braces and clamping those to the top to let it rest would be better. So I'm going to get these squared up with the jig table, get everything welded up all four corners, and then we'll get the top rack, the big U, welded up on top of that. Alright, so I'll show you guys how I rigged this up, jigged it up. I use these different 90-degree, whatever the heck you want to call them, from Fireball Tool, little jigs, but they work so good because I was able to clamp it down in the center, and they're bored out in the center. So this way you got your rod to clamp down, or your handle, spot for your handle clamped down, and then also you got room to weld it up inside. So everything's clamped down. Did a full 360 weld without having to take everything apart. And then we just ran a vice grips up top. But yeah, these clamps work so good. This is the first time I ever used these ones. So yeah, that works so good. I picked those up at the Fab Tech show here in Chicago a couple months ago, but they worked out so good. So great little tool that those guys came out with. Let's get the other one welded up, then we'll get the top jigged up and welded up, and then see how both machines fit up top. Cool. Alright, so I got the frame pretty much done up. What I need to do next is I'm going to weld a bar from the center there, going across. Since we do a lot of products with a lot of haunted house stuff and whatnot, I thought it was cool. I had these laser jet cut little gussets with the skulls on it, so figured that would be cool to put it up there. This is gonna be like a floating design. That ain't going nowhere. That welder doesn't weigh that much, so that should be fine without any type of front brace supports. So I'm gonna get this piece welded on there, then I'm gonna get the 3 trays cut out. I have a piece of sheet metal back here that I'm gonna be using. This is probably some 16 gauge, so that should be pretty good to do the to skin out the bottom and everything like that for the base plates that the welders are gonna sit on. So it's coming together, looking pretty good. So let's keep it going, trucking along. All right, so got everything welded up, got the sheet metal cut out, the top plates on. I did a bunch of little tack welds on there. Thought it'd be a pretty cool effect once we get it painted. Thought they'd look pretty trick. So end caps, I'm probably just gonna toss some plastic end caps in there, 1.5 inch. I got some laying around, but that it's coming out pretty good. So I'm gonna get the welders in place, at least the bottom one. And then we'll get the tanks on there. I'm gonna make a flat bar bracket that comes out and then comes over, so this way I can run a chain along the to secure the tanks. So everything's pretty safe on there, but it's looking pretty good, nice and beefy, super strong, heavy duty. So I have no concerns with that being overhung. So. All right, so where I'm at now, I got the base pretty much all done. So I got the main frame just about finished up. Kind of sucked because I was using the welder, the 211, to build the thing, and so I had to kind of just move some stuff around to test fit it up. But everything works out pretty good. So my plan is to run two straps around the tanks to hold them on. So I'll pick up some of those. I'm gonna weld on some hooks. I got the TIG rods here, so I'm gonna run 2 tubes along the sides here. So I got a spot for the filler metal to go. And then I want to weld a hook, some type of hook or arm or something that goes up so I can put my gun in there for storage, and then also another rack on the side, a little hook rack for the TIG pedal and the TIG torch and everything like that. But it's coming together. Let's keep blazing along. I'm trying to figure out what color to paint it. I don't know yet. If I want to do a black or a blue, or I'm thinking maybe like a bright ass neon green might be cool. Do something crazy off the wall. But let's get those hooks welded on and get the TIG welder in there. Alright, so just wrapped up the dual spot welding cart. I'm pretty dirty. Woo. I need to go jump in the shower, but let's take a quick look at it. Alright, so everything's pretty much welded up. We got our dual holders for our steel, carbon steel and aluminum TIG rods. We got our Miller 211 up top, our diversion 180 sitting down there at the bottom. We got some little hooks on the side that I welded up here just to hold the extra wires, foot pedal up there for the TIG. Dual spot in the back for the air tanks, gas tanks I should say, 75, 25, and some argon down there. So that wraps up the fabrication portion of it. So let's get it painted. Alright, so I got everything installed there. I'm back at our home shop here, my home shop I should say, from my day job at the motorcycle shop where I custom painted it. So I got the diversion 180 sitting down there. I ended up putting some rubber stops down there just so it doesn't slide off. Like I said, I did the frame caps on the side just to clean it up. And then we got our Miller-Matic 211 up top with the TIG holders. I did that trick paint job. You can't really see it, but you can see it a little bit. Of course, the cool pinstripe graphics on there, but it turned out pretty cool. I'm super happy with it. Should make a little more space in the shop and be a little more convenient. So both bottles on there. We got the just a ratchet strap holding it on there. It does the job, but it turned out pretty cool. I'm super happy with it. Went with that retro style paint job, kind of like a 50s theme with the splatter paint and whatnot, but turned out pretty cool. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to hit that subscribe button, I'm gonna do a couple more build videos, just random stuff I thought it would be cool to build for the shop, and maybe some of course some more Halloween stuff based, since that's mainly what my business is. But I like to do a bunch of different fabrication. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.